Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are still working on Henry V. We are in Act 4, Scene 8 of Henry V, that is, as it is commonly known, so that they can get on the act start with choruses because Shakespeare suddenly thought he was Greek, whatever. And today we get to hear again from King Henry V because he does like to talk. And at the beginning of the scene, we start out with Williams and Fluellen, who, if you remember, with the exchanging of the gloves in the hats when the king was in disguise, blah, 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 they've been set up to now like have to fight each other. So they run into each other and they're like, I see you have a glove. This isn't your glove. And it's a case of the mistaken identity glove sort of a thing, until the king finally comes in. He's like, haha, that was me, Williams, who you said you were gonna fight. Do you really want to fight? And Williams is like, no, you weren't dressed like that when I saw you before. And the king's like, it's all good. Hey, Fluellen, give him some money. And Williams is like, I don't want your money. And then that goes away. And then an English herald comes in and he's got a list of everybody who died in the war. Because how else are you gonna pass the time while you're tallying up the dead than with mistaken glove identity, right? Because that's a thing. So today we get a listicle of names where the king gets this list, a coal of names, saying who died. And he says, this note doth tell me of 10,000 French that lie in the field, that in the field lie slain, of princes in this number, and nobles bearing banners there lie dead 126. Add to these of knights, esquires, and gallant gentlemen 8,400, of the which 500 were but yesterday dubbed knights. So that in these 10,000 they have lost, there are but 1,600 mercenaries. The rest are princes, barons, lords, knights, squires, and gentlemen of blood and quality. The names of those their nobles that lie dead: Charles Delabreth, High Constable of France; Jacques of Chatillon, Admiral of France; the Master of the Crossbows, Lord Rambert; Great Master of France, the brave Sir Guichard Dauphin; John, Duke of Alençon; Anthony, Duke of Brabant; the brother to the Duke of Burgundy; and Edward, Duke of Bar; the lusty Earls, Grand Prix and Roos; Falconbridge and Foys; Beaumont and Marle; Vandemort and Lestral. Here was a royal fellowship of death. Where is the number of our English dead? Edward, the Duke of York, the Earl of Suffolk, Sir Richard Kentley, Davygam Esquire, none else of name, and of all other men but 25. O God, thy arm was here, and not to us, but to thy arm alone ascribe we all, when without stratagem, but in plain shock and even play of battle, was ever known so great and little loss. On one part and on the other take it God, for it is none but thine. So yeah, the French lost 10,000 men, and most of them noblemen, in this battle, and the English lost 25, of whom 4 were nobles. Them some pretty skewed odds. And yeah, and I think tomorrow, and then they just sort of like wrap up the scene and they're like, we're awesome Englishmen. And yeah, I think tomorrow we get started. Yeah, tomorrow we get to hear from the chorus in Act 5, and then we get to find out the fallout from the war and how it all ends. And we've got about a week left in this play before it's done. So yeah, he had some things to wrap up. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.